Check, check, check. Checking it out. Hey, folks. Hey, Roy Edgley. What's up, man? How are you? Hey, Heather, Alex Matthews, Ryan Miller. What's up, folks? Gabe, what's up? Hope everybody's doing well. Doug, what's happening? Oh, God, that's hot. Okay, I burned my tongue. Show's off. Hi, Julia. Christina. Alexandre. Yeah, hey, Roy. Well, I hope everybody's doing well. Hey, Steve Simon, what's up with you? And Idaho in the house. All right. All right. Well, thank you all for... Did you feel that? Oh, it was an earthquake. Let's see if I can do it again. Not really. Okay, so hope everybody's doing well out there. Staying healthy and sane. And... hey, Portugal, Thomas Mancini, I see you there, buddy. Northern California, right on. Yeah, everything's good. I've been working on a bunch of music, and I put out an EP this week called Songs of Solitude that I hope some of you have checked out. I'm going to play you some of that music tonight. I'm going to talk about that a little bit. And there's a free download for the Solitude track. And, Brazil, Alexandre Paulo? I'm going to say Paulo. It's probably wrong. But, hello, Brazil. So I'm going to play you some of that music. I'm going to play you some, another track also called Vinny the Crow that I wrote with my good buddy Alex Clayton. And we're going to get into some stuff. A couple of questions from last time. Someone said, I see the bass clarinet back there. Any chance we get to hear a little of that in the future? Well, tonight might be your lucky night, or it might be your unlucky night. Luis Denise, was that you? Did I just see you go by there? Oh, man, now the pressure's on. Great saxophonist up in Toronto, Luis Denise. He's a bad, bad man. And, hey, New York City. Hope you guys are doing all right up there. And Ireland, holy smokes, Ireland, hi Ireland. Another Brazilian, Natalie, what's up? Hey, Christy. So I'm just going to play a little bit for you. I'm going to, I think I'm just going to blow over the changes to Someday My Prince Will Come a couple of times here on bass clarinet so you can hear what that sounds like. And then I'm probably going to, I don't know what I'm going to do after that. We'll see what's up. I might play some music. I might play something else. So, hey, Rocky, or Becky, sorry, my eyes. Bad eyes. Damn these eyes. Everybody know what that quote is from? Damn your eyes. Okay, here we go. Okay, 1 second. Back off the reverb. Okay. All right, so that was what we call the old jazz chestnut of Someday My Prince Will Come on a couple of different horns, bass clarinet, and then a little tenor sax for you. Okay, so let's get into Songs of Solitude and talk a little bit about that. It's a 3-song EP. EP is apparently EP apparently stands for extended play. And so this is about a 26-minute 3-song excursion. And I'm not going to play you the entire thing because I'll hope you'll check it out. You can either buy it or stream it. I prefer you buy it, but most people are streaming, so that's cool too. There will be links. And we'll have those put up. Guess you got to be smarter than the headphones, right? There we go. Those will be put up so you guys can check them out. And hey, Lyndon, what's up? Wonderful repairman here in town, Lyndon Lance, checking it out. Hey to the kids. All right, hope you guys are doing well. So anyway, I'm not going to play you the whole thing because I hope you'll check it out online. But they're pretty quiet. I wrote them a couple of weeks ago and sent them around to my good friend Viktor Krauss on bass. And so he put bass on all 3. When I wrote these, I basically came up with an ostinato pattern, meaning a repetitive figure on the keyboard. I had a bass patch going, and then I started to improvise over the top of that. And so these melodies all came out of improvisations, and I kind of took those and kind of rolled them. So that's the same with all 3 tunes. The first one's called Stillness. I actually wrote a poem that is going to be on the website as well, if it's not already, and called Songs of Solitude. So I'm going to go ahead and read that for you too. Why not, right? I have a captive audience on a microphone, so what the hell. Songs of Solitude. A flower blooms, the tree grows towards the sky, a bird sings her song, a blade of grass grows underfoot, the cloud comes and goes as it pleases, water flows, the butterfly spreads their art on the breeze, a grape grows into luscious fruit, the bee gathers for the hive, the wind reminds us of change, a star twinkles in the night sky, seasons come and go, the sun shines her light, the moon waxes and wanes, and we breathe in and out until we don't. All these things and more, in their own beautiful, simple mystery, are they not all songs of solitude? Okay. So we'll go on from there, and this is tune number 1 off of the recording. This is entitled Stillness, and I'll play you a few minutes of this and then come back to you and talk to you a little bit about it. And if you have questions, type them on in there. I got some folks checking it out and sending me stuff from here. Thanks. you see where the cursor is, this is where we are right here, everybody. I'll get a little closer. If you listen really carefully on our headphones, you can hear the creaking of the bass. It's very faint, like the pull of the strings. Back to the melody here. It's nice how you can see the music also. You can actually see the space. Pardon the pun, the space between. And you can see the consistency of the volume, or inconsistency in some places. This one play out. Okay, well that cools me out too. Man, Viktor Krauss, the sound of his bass is just, man, it's so beautiful. I'm so happy that he lives here in town, and we get to make music together. Excuse me. And so yeah, I was also playing cymbal on that from my drum set, which is over here. That cymbal right there. It has a microphone bag on the top of it. There's that cymbal right there. And so that was the first tune off of Songs of Solitude. And that's entitled Stillness. And I think my mom is watching also. Hey, Mom. Love you. She tunes in. She's not on Facebook, but anybody that's... you don't have to be on Facebook, actually, to check this out, which is kind of cool. And but my mom is awesome. She lives up in New Hampshire. And if you see Connie, give her a big hug. Well, not now. Don't hug her now. After everything is... Hug her next year sometime. Maybe, give her about 14 months. And then give her a big hug. Okay, so I am going to go on to another tune. There's a couple of questions that I'd like to answer here also. And pull this other tune up here. The next tune is actually a tune called Quiet. And I think you kind of get the vibe of where I was at with some of this stuff during the beginning of this isolation. And this tune actually, there's a couple of really cool things on this tune. One of which is that my wife plays harmonium on it, which is awesome. And I'm also listen for this sound that's about I don't know, a couple of minutes into this thing, about a minute and a half in, you'll hear this kind of doo doo kind of sound, and I'll tell you what that is later. But I'm going to turn this around in a minute here. I'm going to answer a couple of questions. Someone from last week, best setup to record tenor and alto sax mics and other hardware that I use. Basically, I'm going into Pro Tools. I've got a variety of different mics. This mic is a Shure KSM-44, which is a large diaphragm microphone, meaning that what's picking up the sound is a large diaphragm, basically. And I've got a plethora of other stuff. I've got ribbon mics. I've got Neumann 47 clones, a Lawson 47, Townsend Labs 22 with TL22, which is amazing. And so, yeah, it's very cool. Hey, Daniel Coffin. Yeah, we're all related. All of us Coffins are related off of these 7 brothers that came over in the early 1600s from England. And so, yeah, cuz, good to see you. So the hardware that I use Apollo, which is an interface, the Apollo interface, which is made by Universal Audio. I have 2 of those. And so, yeah, that's kind of it. I've got a couple of preamps that I use, Universal Audio 2610 and also a 1073 Vintech Audio. I've got a stereo pair of those also. Let's see. How do you control your altissimo on tenor? Altissimo is the higher partials of the horn. Practice. I practice them. I've worked on them for years. There's some great books. The Sigur Rascher book that's out there is a great book called Top Tones for the Saxophone, I believe it is. And then there's another one called Studies in High Harmonics, I think by Ted Nash. I'd recommend either of those books. Speaking of which, the next question, funny enough, someone said, my son Nash wants to know what age you started in playing saxophone. He's 7 and loves the saxophone. Man, if he's 7 and loves the saxophone, get him a saxophone. And if he wants to play it. I started when I was in 4th or 5th grade, and haven't really looked back since then. Yeah, start them early if they're interested. How have you prepared for the Snarky Puppy gigs? That's a tough one, man, because it's so spontaneous with those guys. And but they send music every now and then when there's been stuff. But if I'm going in and sitting in, man, I just listen. I have to listen. I have to listen like crazy. That's what you have to do all the time as a musician, and as a human being as well. You have to listen. Become a good listener. Become a great listener. Where do you purchase those awesome shirts you wear? These are awesome shirts. It's a place called Curbside Clothing. They're great folks. I think they're out in Nebraska. Curbsideclothing.com. They have all sorts of really cool, like kind of street art T-shirts, and I've got just a bunch of their stuff. I really love them. Super comfy, super comfy. Can you speak to Michael Brecker's influence on your playing and what it's like recording with Randy? Yeah, Michael Brecker was a huge influence on not only myself, but a lot of other saxophone players around the world. He passed about 10 years ago now. And a profound musician on every level. Incredible sound, incredible technique, incredible writer. Played on thousands of pop records. His influence on me is certainly profound. The way that he was able to sort of transcend genre, transcend style of music. And so I've listened to his music for many, many years, along with people like John Coltrane, Ornette Coleman, Cannonball Adderley, Joe Henderson, Wayne Shorter, Miles Davis, Freddie Hubbard, Clifford Brown, the list goes on and on, Thelonious Monk, of course, etc. And what was it like recording with Randy? Randy is a good buddy, and Randy Brecker, his brother, the Brecker brothers, incredible musicians. Randy is unbelievable. Such a pro. He's been through everything. He's got great stories. He's a great hang, an amazing trumpet player. He's got an incredible sound also. So, yeah, fantastic. Do I still work with Bela? Every now and again. I did a gig with the Flecktones this past summer out at Red Rocks, and that was super fun. So, yeah, you know, I in touch with Bela, in touch with Future Man and Vic, and we all try to hang when we can. And so, yeah, love those guys, and I miss them. And so hopefully we'll get to make some good music together. And let's see, what else is here? Can you talk about how the outro for Snow Outside was recorded? If I remember correctly, and I'm not sure that I do, I think that there was kind of a vamp that was going on, and we just kind of fell into it. It's one of those spontaneous moments that we started playing, and you know, I mean, basically, if you let cats play, they'll come up with something good, and that's something that I learned with the Flecktones also, is that if you leave the guys to their devices and let them play their instruments, you know, chances are pretty good that something interesting and inspired will occur, and I think on that tune, that's what happened. Yeah. Let's see. Loving the new EP, Jeff. Thank you. I'm hearing some Middle Eastern influence, certainly. Love how that plays over the bass. Did you play on that? Kind of. The first night that I was writing, I was checking out some different ragas online, and a raga is a series of tones. I heard it described one time as a series of tones that colors the mind, and so I was checking those out online. I don't remember which one that's based off of, but it is certainly based off of that. And I love Middle Eastern music, Moroccan music, Indian music, Persian music, Sufi music, etc., etc. Music like the oud. I love the oud. In particular, a guy named Hamza El-Din, who was one of my very favorite oud players of all time. I like this next question. Has Yusef Lateef influenced you at all? Hold on a moment. This was Yusef Lateef's bass flute. I'll hold it back a little so you can see it. Okay, this is a bass flute. When he passed, a friend of mine was dealing with his estate, and I was able to purchase his tenor, his main tenor, and his bass flute. I'm going to put the reverb back on and play a little bit of this baby for you, just a couple of notes. So I've been playing this instrument since I got it a lot. I love the sound of the bass flute, and so I've been recording it quite a bit. I don't think it's on this next tune, but it is on the third tune. It is on Solitude. I'm going to put this back. And so I like to explore different sounds, and so that's one of the sounds. Do you like more jazzy sounds or the more mellow sounds? A lot of it depends on my mood, to be honest with you. I listen to a lot of different styles of music from around the world, a lot of cultures of music from around the world. And, oh wow, somebody says that Yusef was a professor of theirs. Man, you are so lucky. You are so lucky. So really what I listen to really depends on my mood and sort of what I'm fancying at that time. What kind of tenor do you have? The tenor that I got from Yusef was a Mark VI, and I believe that it was the same. That was his main tenor towards the end of his life, and that's a beautiful horn. There's a tune that I wrote called Yusef that was literally like the first thing that I played that came out of that horn when I bought it, and it's a beautiful tune. I always tell people that Yusef left a tune in the horn for me. And you know what? I'm going to play that for you right now, just because we're talking about the late, great Yusef Lateef. And so Yusef was a multi-instrumentalist, studied a lot of different cultures of music, wrote an incredible book called The Repository of Scales and Patterns, and really a beautiful, beautiful musician. And so I'm going to play a little bit of Yusef for you here. That was Yusef for the late, great Yusef Lateef. Okay, so one of the things I want to make sure that I announce is that one of the many reasons that I do this, these live streams, is to help raise money for local Nashville musicians. Everything that you donate at itastudiostreams.com goes to local Nashville musicians who are out of work. There's a lot of them, all of them actually, and nobody really knows when things are going to start back up again. Certainly for musicians, large congregations of people, it's not going to happen for a while, I'm afraid. And so I will match the donations that are brought into that website up to $5,000. And so I hope you will consider showing the musicians here in Nashville a little kindness. Doesn't matter if it's $1. It doesn't matter if it's $1,000. Whatever you want to give, there's no amount that's too little or too much. 100% of that money goes directly to these musicians in Nashville. I take zero. I get nothing. And so, trying to do what we can to help cats that are, trying to make ends meet during this. We had the double whammy of the tornado in early March also. Friends of mine lost their homes. So it's been pretty devastating for a lot of people. So I hope you'll consider that. Okay. Going to get on to a little more music here. Going to get on to the second tune, which is entitled Quiet. Keep those questions coming. This one, have you had any other bird visits? No, thankfully. I had a bird in my studio the other day, and I couldn't figure out how to get it out. I kept trying to throw a light coat over it so I could pick it up and bring it outside. And somebody said, take the screen out of your window. And I went, it's a genius idea. Occam's razor, right? The simplest idea. Okay, so my buddy Nate Dickinson is on. Hey, Pittsburgh. Tell him the story about leaving the accordion behind while we went on tour. Okay, I'll tell that story real quick. So my buddy Pittsburgh was tour managing and running sound for us. He's a wonderful guitar player, a classical guitar player, so I'd have him open up for us every now and then also. Like he wasn't doing enough. I was like, Pittsburgh, why don't you play some music and open for us? He'd be like, okay. He also makes great cookies. His cookies are unbelievable, and his wife is so lucky. Pittsburgh, I want some cookies. So we went on tour. We were going up to Iowa, and so we left. I had Future Man, Felix Pastorius on bass, Chris Walters on keys, Bill Fanning on trumpet, and Pittsburgh. So we get to Iowa. We unload for the first gig, and Chris says, "Hey, did anybody bring the accordion in?" And I said, I don't see it. I said, it's probably still out in the van. And so Pittsburgh said, everything's out of the van. So we looked and we looked, couldn't find the accordion. My wife was in India at the time, so I couldn't call her and find out if we had left it. So I said, well, did you put it in the van, Chris? He says, I set it right at the outside the garage when, while we were loading in. I said, did you physically put your instrument into the van? He said, I don't know. I don't think so. So I called my friend Alana Rockland, who was living down the street, great bass player. She plays with Sound Tribe Sector 9, if you're familiar with that group. And I said, hey, Alana, I said, can you run over to the house? I said, I think Chris left his accordion outside the garage. And this was like a day and a half after we had left. And she said, it's pouring rain right now. She said, I'll go over first thing in the morning. And so sure enough, man, like 2.5 days after we left, it was still sitting there. Nobody had come for the accordion. And I was surprised there weren't a couple more left right next to it. And but, no harm, no foul. The accordion made it. And I do love the accordion. It's a beautiful axe. Okay, here's Quiet. We're going to move on to some more music here. Viktor Krauss and myself and my wife, Ryoko, playing harmonium on this. Hope you like it. Check out this sound that's coming up here. Those are actually soda bottles that are tuned with water that I'm playing in different pitches. This top yellow line is the harmonium. You'll see it's about to come in. Hey, Metro Narcissi, what's up, buddy? Sorry about that. This is harmonium. These two are bass. Soprano is in the middle, and the bottles are below that. This is soprano saxophone, not clarinet. See at the top, the harmonium's about to play a line also. There's a short little improvisation that goes on here now. I'll play the blues. That was my Wayne Shorter lick. And then back to the melody with her. And a little tag at the ending. So that was quiet, and I'm going to jump right in to Solitude for you, because I'm going to get to Vinny the Crow here in just a couple of minutes. I'm just going to play you a little bit of Solitude just to kind of whet your appetite. This is the tune that that we are giving away for 24 hours. When I do these live streams, we try to give away the tune for 24 hours. To encourage you to check out some new music. And after that, I have a bunch of singles up on my label now, Ear Up Records, E-A-R, uprecords.com. And so you can check out the singles there. Also, please check out itastudiostreams.com, where you can donate to local Nashville musicians through the PayPal account that's on there. 100% of that money goes to local musicians, and that's one of the reasons why I do this. Not only to connect with y'all, which I really love, but to connect with my peeps here in Nashville and to help them out as well. So anything you can give is greatly appreciated. Okay, so I'm going to give you just a little bit of this, and then I'm going to get into Vinny the Crow. This features Jordan Perlson also on a frame drum, an Indian frame drum called a hejira. And, of course, the birds from outside my window. That's the bass flute, Yusef Latif's bass flute. So that's I'm doubling that line with soprano and bass flute, and then the soprano line over the top. And yes, I'm running Pro Tools here. Someone was asking, Metro, you were asking, this is Pro Tools. Ooh, little key change. Ooh, look at that. So that's where I added bass clarinet also. That's the bass clarinet line. That's the bass clarinet there. Check it out. You can watch the rhythm happen. 3, 4, 1. Bop, bop, bing, bop. So it goes on and on. I'm going to do a little board fade here. Because, again, this is the tune that you guys get for free. So, okay, I'm going to save that. I'm going to get out of this program. We're going to go into something completely and utterly different now. But that's called Solitude. And the EP is called Songs of Solitude. It's a 3-song, 26-minute EP that I hope you will check out. It's on my record label, Ear Up Records. And that's earuprecords.com. This next tune I'm going to do, Vinnie the Crow, this is very different than what we've been listening to. So get ready to funk out on this one. This is a tune that I wrote with a good friend of mine, Alex Clayton, here in Nashville. He plays with a group called Mickey Ficky, as does my friend Julia Meredith, who's on the other side of this cyber network somewhere across town. And it's a wonderful group. If you haven't checked them out, Mickey Ficky, love the name, love the music. They just had a single come out today, I think. So you all should check that out. And so anyhow, so this is a tune that Alex and I wrote one day. We were just hanging out, and I said, let's write a tune. He said, okay, let's write a tune. And so this is what we came up with. I've got Jordan Perlson on drums. I've got DJ Logic, scratching turntables. I've got Michael League playing bass from Snarky Puppy. I've got Nigel Hall playing keyboards out of New Orleans. And so we're gonna get a little dance party going on this one. So, hey, Joe Beausoleil up there in Canada. How you doing, buddy? All right, here we go. Get ready. Hold on to your asses on this one. Sorry, Mom. Oops. Oh, and Richard Aspinwall on guitar. Bing, bing. Doing good. Did you just say Mickey Ficky? Check this out right here. Here's the website again. Vinnie the Crow. I'm also getting ready to do some electro sax on this, which is a Qtron envelope filter on the solo section here. Vinny the Crow. Vinny the Crow, a song I wrote with my buddy Alex Clayton. And that's going to be coming out as a single soon. What I might do next week is I may actually start the broadcast with that and break the tune down, because there's a lot going on in there that I really want to share with y'all. But I'm not going to go that long tonight to get that deep into it. So again, it's DJ Logic, Jordan Perlson, Michael Lee from Snarky Puppy, Richard Aspinwall on guitar, Nigel Hall on keys, myself on tenor sax, electro sax, flute, bass, clarinet, and I don't think I'm playing baritone on this. Chris Walters also is playing keyboards on this. He's playing Wurlitzer on this. And I forgot to mention him. Chris, a brilliant keyboardist here in Nashville. Very, very dear friend of mine. So I want to let you know that this stuff is on YouTube as well, videos and whatnot. You can follow, subscribe to our YouTube channel, ITA Studios. ITA Studio Streams, rather. ITA Studio Streams. Let's put that link up also. Julia and Alex, we'll get that up there for you guys. And again, check out the website, please, itastudiostreams.com. And if you want to donate to local Nashville musicians, we would appreciate it. Mad Dog, what's up, buddy? Beautiful, beautiful tune you sent me the other day. Thank you. And let's see, what else? I can't think of anything else right now. But appreciate you guys coming out and hanging out for an hour. And I'll be back here next Friday at, what time will we be back? 7 o'clock Central Time. Let's see if there's any other questions here that anybody wants to know about. No? All right. Favorite music spot in Nashville? ITA Studios. Right here, right now. This is my favorite music spot in Nashville. And one of my other favorite spots is the Ryman, the Mother Church. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. Rudy's Jazz Room also. You can check out Rudy's Jazz Room when you get a chance. The 5 spot, some different places. So some great spots to listen to music here in Nashville. Hopefully stuff will start opening up soon, but not too soon. We got to be careful. Got to take it slow. Lives are at stake. All right. Well, thank you all very much. Thanks for tuning in. Hi, Mom. Once again, I love you. Hi to my wife, Ryoko. I think she's listening in the house. And I hope you'll all check out the EP, Songs of Solitude, on Ear Up Records. And, there's also podcasts of all this stuff. If you go to itastudiostreams.com, you can check out the archives, the podcasts, all that stuff. And so check that out. Spread the word. We'll let some more folks know as we go on through this. I'm going to continue it every Friday night at 7 p.m. And hope you dig it. And some outro music. Let's see what I want to play for outro music here. It's a good suggestion, Mike. Thank you very much. Let's see. I'm going to play you guys something that... I want to play this for you. This is a tune called A Handful of Beans that was influenced by a Wayne Shorter tune called Fee Fi Fo Fum. You know, the giant always gets some love. Jack never got none. So this is called A Handful of Beans. This is Jonathan Wires on bass, Pat Coyle on keys, and Jordan Perlson again on the drums, and myself on soprano. There's a little jazz tune for you. This has not been released yet either. So hope you'll dig this. And take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. And we'll see you on the flip side next week. Take care, everybody. This is In the Studio from itastudiostreams.com. Love to everybody. Peace to everybody. And take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Take care.
Everything looks good. Okay. I think it's set up a little bit. My bad.
Oh, boy. Way to go, Jordan.
2, 1, 2, 3.
bass solo. Everybody talk amongst yourselves. Jonathan Wires on the bass. I'm going to do an eyes closed selfie. Yeah, perfect. Don't even know my own website. Hey, I'll auction it off. I'll put all the money towards the studio streams. All right, well, I thank you guys so much for coming out and hanging out with me tonight. And I'll see you next Friday. Help spread the word. ITAstudiostreams.com. And y'all be good to each other. All right? Take care. Peace.